Hello, beauties. Hello. Let's talk through carbohydrates because I know so many are still a little bit afraid of carbs or confused about carbohydrates, and you just don't know what to think because there's so much information out there and it all says different things. Isn't that fun? So today I have lots of notes and I'm going to talk to you about why you should increase your carbohydrates, how much you should increase your carbohydrates, what carbohydrates do for us, and how to, if you've been eating low carb, how to work your way up, okay? I'm going to give you ladies just a moment to jump on. If you're not already in our free Facebook group, make sure to head over to Facebook and type in macro tracking and weightlifting for women. And we'd love to have you in there. We give away lots of free resources and I'm always there to chat for whatever you need. Okay, beautiful. Hello, ladies. Please say hello as you're coming on as well. Okay, so what's the problem here, right? So you're afraid of increasing carbs because you don't want to gain any weight. Totally valid, right? A lot of marketing employees, diet culture, right? We're in this swing of, hopefully at the end of it, carbs are bad, eliminate carbs and you'll lose all this weight. Go keto. I don't agree with that in any way, which is what I'm about to share. So when you add your carbohydrates back in, you gain weight. And you do, right? When not done correctly, you absolutely do. And I'm going to share why, and then I'm going to share how to help not have that happen, okay? I'm going to reference a lot of my notes here to stay on track. Okay, so what is causing the problem, okay? When you eliminate a macronutrient or a macro, such as carbohydrates, what you're doing is you're teaching your body how to no longer utilize that energy source or that macro for energy. So then when you invite it back in, your body's like, what the crap is this? What am I supposed to do with this, right? So it stores it as fat because now it suddenly no longer understands what to do with it. Huge problem because now suddenly you've added carbs back in, you're blowing up like a balloon, you gain all your weight back, and you think the problem is carbohydrates, but it's actually not. The problem was the approach, mentally and logistically. Mentally, because you felt like you had to restrict, aka diet culture, to lose the weight, and logistically, literally, because you were teaching your body, no, we don't use that for energy anymore. I'm not giving you that for energy anymore. You need to find another way, right? So it creates this whole mess of problems. So remember, by the way, years ago, maybe decades ago, at least 1 decade ago, fat was the problem. So everyone ate protein and carbohydrates and everyone eliminated fat, low fat, everything, right? Ladies, we got to really, really avoid the shiny object syndrome. The fast way, the quick fix will always leave you more damaged. Not saying you were damaged before. It will always cause damage. It's never the answer. It's never the answer. We need to fill our bodies with healthy whole foods and give our body the energy and the food and the fuel sources that it needs to thrive, which I'll talk about here more in just a second. Okay, so let's talk more logistically. So let's say that you were eating, well, yeah, not yet. One more thing. Carbs are not the problem. Too many calories are the problem. If you overloaded on protein, you'd still gain fat because it's not the macro, ladies, that's the problem. It's the amount of calories that you're consuming, right? It's also food quality. Some women say, but I feel so much better without carbohydrates. That's usually happening for two reasons. One, your carb sources are really low quality, processed, bagels, white bread, pasta, things with very low nutritional value. I'm not saying those things are bad, but they have their place, right? They really have their place. Fruit and vegetables are also carbohydrates and are really important for vitamins and minerals. And it's really important to give us natural energy and fiber. If you have to supplement your diet with fiber, like gummies, Fiber One brownies, pills, high fiber tortillas, your food quality is not high enough. We should be getting in enough fiber with healthy whole foods and not having to supplement it. So if you're having to supplement it, that's really, sorry, my hair is so bugging me today. That's really beautiful awareness that you have space to improve. Not a slap on the hand. Awareness is good. Sometimes it sucks to hear, but it just makes us better. So no fear, okay? Let's see. Another issue is you might be increasing carbohydrates too fast. And so I'll explain the rate of how to increase your carbohydrate if you've been low or if you just simply want more carbohydrate. I personally eat over 300 grams of carbohydrate. I did not start this way. I was eating like maybe 150 to 160 if I remember. It's been a long time. Now my body can very easily eat over 300 grams of carbohydrate. It took a while to add up to that, right? Also, the more muscle mass you have, the more food you can eat because your body burns more energy at rest. Another reason to lift a lot of weights rather than doing cardio in terms of body composition, body recomposition, okay? Really quick for you beginners, body recomp is you're losing fat, you're gaining muscle, and typically staying the same weight. That's like maintenance, right? That's like body recomposition. But to change your body composition, you can also shed fat, right? Gain muscle and so on in a deficit. Okay, beautiful. Now, okay, here's the real solution. Listen to the full thing. Don't just be like, oh, okay, 2 to 8 grams. Listen to the full thing, okay? A healthy amount of carbohydrate is 2-8 grams, 2 to 8 grams of carbohydrate per kilogram body mass, Take your weight, divided by 2.2. That's your body weight in kilos. Times 2, times 3, times 4, times 5, times 6, times 7, times 8. That is a healthy amount of carbohydrate depending on your activity. Most of you will be closer to the 2 to 3 gram per kilogram body mass, okay? Some of you really need to work up to this. Some of you may be way lower, okay? And that's okay. Now, quick side note, let me address the calculator issue. All calculators in the world, including ours, the Queens of Iron calculator, all calculators are built for the masses, right? It's built for someone of all weights and all sizes. Therefore, it's not specific to anybody, right? For ours, it's very specific to weightlifting women. Men can use it too, but it's really specific to weightlifting women. If you are over 200 pounds, or if you are like around 100 pounds, there start to be some issues, right? Because it can't target everyone on every part of the scale. So if you are like, wow, those carbs are really low, if you're over 200 pounds and your protein is jacked up and you're like, oh my gosh, I can eat no carb, shoot me a message and I'll talk you through it, okay? The protein is set for 1.9 grams of protein per kilogram body mass, a super healthy rate. But if you're in the 200s, you might need to go lower, like 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram body mass until you shed some weight and then can work your way back up. And that's okay, because it's not just about optimal protein. It's about all the macros. Fat plays a huge role in hormone regulation. We see some women say, I'm only eating 40 grams of fat and I'm like 150 pounds. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's not even healthy for your hormones, right? We need to make sure all 3 macros, macronutrients, protein, carb, and fat, alcohol is the 4th macro, no biological value. We need to make sure all 3 macros are supporting your life, your health, your muscle growth, your energy, all the things, okay? So 2 to 8 grams of carb is optimal. 2 to 8 grams of carb per kilogram body mass is optimal for muscle growth, energy in daily life, and energy in the gym. One more thing that I want to talk through about carbohydrate. What do they do? Ladies, they give us energy for everything, for writing, for talking, for sex with your significant other, for thinking, for everything, ladies. Carbohydrate is our primary fuel source for life, and definitely for weightlifting. Like the number 1 energy source your body needs for lifting and for life is carbohydrate. Here's what happens if you're not eating enough carbohydrate. Your body's going to say, I don't have enough carbohydrate to break down into glucose, and I need more because I need more energy because this person is demanding more from me. Let me pull from protein. Now I'm going to start converting protein into glucose to have more energy. Oh, shoot, she's also not eating enough protein. I'm going to start breaking down her muscle mass to get the glucose I need to survive. Uh-oh. Now all the work you're doing in the gym is a wash because you're not eating the right macros for your body. That sucks. Let's work with our body and what our body needs, not against it, okay? Carbs are not the enemy. Carbs are vital. Diet culture and marketing companies want your money. They don't want your health. That's why we put our blinders on and say, no, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. We focus on long-term health, sustainability, taking care of our bodies, Does it take a little bit longer? Actually, not really, because diet culture, you buy it over and over and over and over, and 20 years have gone by and you're still doing it. That sucks, and it's not your fault. It's not your fault. When we do it right the first way, sure, it might take a year, but now you've got 19 years of enjoying your health, your body, your fitness, your confidence, everything. And that other person doing the quick fix is still trying to find the quick fix. Quick fixes never work. Never. Or you'd see a lot of fit people in the world. And we don't, right? Focus on the long-term, sustainable, healthy approach that's taking care of your body, okay? Okay, now, so let's talk about the carbohydrate. So let's say that, actually, my heart is saying, make sure I say one more thing. When you increase carbs, the scale will go up. I think I can confidently say 100% of the time that you increase your carbohydrates level, the scale will go up, but it's not fat. When you have more glucose, your cells are just retaining water. Give yourself about a week, depends on the woman, boom, it'll all fall off. Some women take longer, some women don't take as long. Take deep breaths. Do your best, I know it's hard, to take the emotion out of it and say, okay, I feel fluffy, I feel squishy, I don't feel good, my clothes are tight, I know it's the carbohydrates. It is, but it's not fat. It's just water. See it through, see it through, see it through. Boom, it'll all fall off and you're gonna be like, I feel amazing, and suddenly I'm tighter. Yes, because you're giving your body what it needs, okay? Depending on the woman, this is like somewhat of a general number, so consider where you're at, okay? Increase your carbs. So a reverse diet is when you eat more food and here's the key, you teach your body how to use that food for energy. So it's burning it faster and faster and faster. Healthier metabolism, woo, right? But if you go too fast, your body's like, but I'm in a surplus, I'm gaining fat. So we need to be so slow. So when you're increasing carbohydrate, like the Army says, slow is smooth and smooth is fast, okay? Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Aim to increase your carb about 20 to 30 grams every 2 to 3 weeks. Meaning, let's say you're eating 120 grams of carbohydrate. Okay. You're like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to increase my calories and my carbs. Amazing. That's a great place to be. Be careful. So if you're eating 120, okay, boom. Now we're going to eat 140 grams of carbohydrate for like 2 to 3 weeks. And we're just going to chill. We're going to sit steady. The scale is going to go bananas. And we're just going to hold fast in what we're doing. We're going to hold fast at this 140 gram. We're going to give it 2 to 3 weeks and see how your body's responding. Now, make sure your food quality levels is high. Your food quality must be high. And what I mean is low processed foods and an increase in fruits and vegetables and complex carbohydrates like sweet potatoes. Avocado is a fat, but it also has a great amount of fiber in it. Salsa has a good amount of fiber in it. Corn, right? Leafy greens. I'm trying to think of some high fiber fruits. Probably pineapple, but I don't know the fiber in front of me right now. But find those foods. Peas have high fiber, right? Find those foods that have higher fiber. That's considered a complex carbohydrate. All that means is there's more fiber. And it just means that your body takes more time to break it down, which gives you more sustained energy. Those things are great, but you don't need to eat all complex carbohydrates, right? Simple carbohydrates just means less fiber and more readily available energy. So you wake up in the morning, you eat a banana, you go lift, your body can use that pretty rapidly. Whereas if you woke up and you ate something with loads of fiber in it, you may not have that energy readily available for your lift, right? Maybe eat it the night before, or maybe eat it later in the day. It's okay to stack simple carbohydrates around your lift, pre and post, to give your body energy for your lift and to refuel your glycogen source post lift, which aids in recovery and muscle growth. Okay. But the bulk of our food, like you should scroll your food log and be like, I'm so proud of you. Like you just did that, right? We probably wouldn't do that with all these processed foods and low quality foods. We want high quality foods. If you're like, I don't even know what the heck that is, comment high quality foods. That's fine. Comment high quality food. I have a lot of resources, free resources that I can send you. There's like some example meal plans. There's healthy foods in each macro category. There's all kinds of stuff. There's like a high fiber list. It's not all inclusive, but it's designed to just help you understand like, what does that mean? And what am I supposed to look for in the grocery store? Okay. And if you're like, I need more ideas, shoot me a message and we'll talk through more ideas. Like I'm here for it. Okay. I love what I do very much. I'm here to support you. Okay. Okay. Got you, ladies. I love it. Cool. Yeah. I'll get you that here in just a little bit. Okay. Cool. Oops. Sorry. I just clicked that twice. Okay. I'm like, how do I get it off? I haven't done this in a while. Okay, cool. Let me see if there's anything else in my notes. I think those are, yeah. Now, balancing and spacing your meals, ladies, is also very important. I read a research study, and I know this is not fair at all. This is really messed up. It sucks, but it's a fact. At least in the current research, which changes all the time, but in the current research, there's something called calorie banking. That I think is a fitness term, but it's basically where you don't eat very much during the day because we're so busy, right? And stressed out, probably. And then at night, you're like, I have so many macros left. And then you eat all the food and it feels really good because you're really full. It's comforting. It's called calorie banking. You're kind of like banking your food for later. Unfortunately, research shows even in a deficit, you can actually gain fat by using that strategy. It's better to balance and space your food. Way back in the day, right? Eat 6 meals a day and you'll lose more weight. I think that might be a little bit true, right? Not realistic for everybody. 3 meals is okay if that's realistic for you, but like one big fat meal, not ideal for health, for hormone regulation, for energy, and for body composition, which again is having a low amount of body fat or a healthy amount of body fat for you, which is totally different for every individual. For some women, that's 28% and they love it. For other women, that's 14% and they love it. No one can tell you what your healthy body fat is. You get to choose that, okay? Let's just set that clear right now, okay? Cultures are so different, right? You get to choose what's best for you, okay? All right. Anyway, balance and spacing your food. But also, when you do balance and space, so what I mean by that is spacing your food out, so having food throughout the day. Balance means balancing your macros per meal. If your food tracker, which we use MyFitnessPal Premium, just because it connects to our workout app for clients, right? So that's what we use too. It gives it, you know, the macros per meal. If you don't know your macros per meal, that's a problem. You really need to know your macros per meal. Everyone, you must know your macros per meal. Otherwise, you have no idea. If your foods are balanced, you have no idea, right? Because we want to make sure like you're not eating like half of your fat in one meal and then you don't have that much fat throughout the day. Let's balance it out. So for example, let's say you want to eat 4 times per day. Take your macros, divide each one by 4, and that's your meal goal. Does not have to be perfect. We go out to eat, tons of fat, tons of carb, low protein, usually, depends, right? There's tons of reasons why that wouldn't work or why that wouldn't be perfect, and that's okay. Meal goal, not you must do this, because anything that says you must do this, is that sustainable? Not really, because we live a normal life and every day might be different, right? And that's okay. When we learn how to track efficiently, then we get to learn flexibility. Then we get to learn how to adapt when we perfectly planned out our whole day and your girlfriend's like, let's go out. And you're like, okay, let's go. Dang it, I can't. I pre-planned my whole macros. No. You delete that entry and you go learn to be flexible. Are you going to mess up a lot? Yes, that's okay. That's a beautiful part of the learning process because now you get to sit and practice like, oh my gosh, what's actually going to fit in here? Okay, let's see. Every Thursday, Sabrina calls me out and I always blow my macros. Ding, ding, ding. Let's save more macros for that evening. Not a big fat meal calorie banking, but like today, I have childcare. I homeschool and run a company and I'm also getting my PhD and I'm busy and have to be extremely regimented. But when I have childcare, Mama gets to go out by myself and sit and have a glass of wine and have my meal and do my homework or whatever I'm going to do. So yes, I have 700 calories saved for me for dinner tonight. to include wine. If you don't drink wine, you don't need that many, right? But I'm also eating right now like 2,500 calories, right? So 700 is not like half of my day. Do you see what I'm saying? Math, it's like, I'm not going to embarrass myself, right? It's like a little over a third or less. I don't know. Okay. Don't make fun of me. Anyway, okay. So you get what I'm saying? Like, failure is awareness. It's not a failure. One more quick thing, ladies. One more quick thing. I'm like checking my notes. Is there anything else I need to share? Okay, I've shared everything. Okay, one more story. We have a great client. I love her so much. And she messaged me over the weekend and she's like, I watched one of your videos on binge eating. I used to binge eat all the time for years, for like 30 years probably, or maybe 26 years. It was horrible. It was so hard to get over. And she's like, how did you get over that? And so we talked about all the things, all the strategies and all the things that I did to get over that. It took a long time. It took 3 years of consistent effort. And I said, love, I failed 98% of the time until I didn't. Right? You keep going, but you're planting seeds. When you keep getting up, you're planting seeds over and over and over. When you say, okay, dang it, I totally just blew my macros, but that's okay. I can do this. I'm just going to get up and keep trying. That's planting seeds of resilience, of strength, and of a winning attitude and a winning life. But when you say, oh, I freaking suck, I can't do this, this is way too hard, I'm never going to get it. You're planting seeds of defeat and it's going to take way longer to get there because you're digging a hole in the wrong direction. You know what I'm saying? When you're really good for a week and then you totally binge, that didn't ruin the week because you just spent an entire week of planting amazing seeds of healthy habits. One day cannot uproot all those seeds. You get back up and you keep planting positive seeds. You keep planting those good seeds. It'll die out. Those bad habits, they'll die out. But don't sit in the fact of, why do I still have this dang habit? I know it sucks. Believe me, I'm trying to get rid of one right now. I know it sucks. But we have to keep getting up and we have to keep telling ourselves, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Even when I can't see around me that I can do it and all evidence points to the fact that I can't do it, I'm going to choose to believe, even though I seem like a crazy person, that I can do this. Keep telling yourself that, you'll start to believe it, and you'll start to see the fruit from that. Like, oh, shoot, I just had the day of compliance. Maybe you've never had a day of compliance. That's okay. You don't suck at this. Macros are a bit hard, right? They're not hard. They're just like wildly confusing and really overwhelming when you're learning. That's normal and you're not alone. We hear it every day. You're not alone and it's totally okay. And it's normal. And I'm proud of you for putting in the effort to learn. It's worth it to invest your time and effort to really learn, because once you've mastered your macros, boy, oh boy, you've almost mastered your entire life, minus maybe some mental habits or mental processes of habits. Okay. So I'll leave you with this. Keep planting good seeds of healthy habits, of healthy food quality. And when you blow it, because you're human and you're normal and it's okay and you will, and I still do. I've been a trainer 15 years, ladies. It's okay. We're human and we all deal with it. But you must keep getting back up and you must keep going because it's worth it. It's worth it. It's not worth feeling uncomfortable in your body and feeling tired for the rest of your life. But it is worth to keep getting up, keep pushing on, and keep moving forward and win the freaking day. Even if it's one win, it's worth it. Keep going. Keep going. I'm here to support you. Our team is here to support you with what you need. Okay? Have an amazing day. Thank you for being here, ladies. I hope this really helped. And I value you so much. I've been on the other side. I know it sucks. There's always a way. I tell my son that. Mom, I can't do it. No, sir. There's always a way. Let's sit back and let's find the way. Even if it's 1 inch, 1 centimeter, 1 millimeter of progress at a time. Dude, you're still going forward. That's still progress, and that's good. That's a good thing. Celebrate the small wins. They matter. They matter. The end goal isn't just what matters. You're on this amazing journey you're doing for yourself and your family. It's worth it. Keep going. Okay? All right, ladies. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll talk to you soon.